Welcome back to the Average Kitchen. Quick little shout out to one of our biggest fans, Mark with a K from the UK. We appreciate all your comments. We love hearing from you, Mark. Appreciate the support. And today we are reviewing the Breville. I used to say Breville, but it's Breville, I believe. The Fast Slow Pro. Really cool product with a ton of technology built into it. I'm going to cover that off for you. This is the BPR 700. So one thing we're noticing, especially with Ninja products, is a lot of the products seem similar, but the product number is slightly adjusted. So we're going to try to get in the habit of giving you the product number to be specific on what we're reviewing. We're going to run this through a few tests today. I'm really excited about this product. It's got some really cool features and some really cool technology that I'm going to read out of the book for you verbatim so I don't mess it up. But we're going to start out doing, they have a very, very nice heavy-duty recipe book. Full-time, half-time, mealtime. That's what the book's called. Chicken adobo is what we're going to start with. So as you can see here, we've got 4 very large skin-on chicken thighs, and we've got them marinating in a 1/4 cup white vinegar, 1/4 cup soy sauce, 4 cloves of crushed garlic, or as Dan, our editor, likes to call it, jarlic, peppercorns, and bay leaves. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that into our pressure cooker and pressure cook it. Now what I like about this recipe is kind of cool. It gives you the option to either slow cook this or pressure cook it. Pressure cooking takes 15 minutes. Slow cooking, 2 to 4 hours on high, 4 to 6 hours on low. So today, for the essence of time, because we want to do a few tests on this product, we're going to pressure cook it. The other thing that's different about this that I've never seen before is you can adjust the PSI pressure settings on this. So this recommends 9 PSI. So we're gonna set this up here. I don't know if Jamie's gonna be able to get in close here. So we're gonna go to pressure cook. You'll see it's already defaulted at 7.5 PSI, but we want 9 PSI. So we're gonna go up to 9. So that's just above medium. Can you see that there, Jamie? The other thing is you can adjust your release methods. So you can release your pressure naturally, auto pulse, or auto quick. And they do have a definition in the book, and I'm gonna read that for you here after we get this going so that you know the difference between all of them. So it says, marinate your chicken for 10 minutes, transfer the chicken and the marinade and the remaining ingredients into the bowl. So to try to avoid some splashing here, I'm just gonna drop these in. I will show you as well, it came with 2 actually really nice accessories. All right, so we're gonna dump in our marinade. I'm sorry if I'm coming across the camera here, but it's the only way I can do this. All right, so the 2 accessories, which are actually quite nice, a little rack for doing a roast, maybe steaming some large carrots, something like that, and a really nice vegetable steaming basket. Now, it's not huge, but big enough for a family of 4. So we're gonna close that lid. This is the first time we've used this, as it is with most of the products that we review. And we're gonna hit start. Lid lock, okay, so I did forget that.
Is it on the very top, that knob?
Jamie, hey, that's why I got him around here. All right, so Jamie, if you don't mind, can you start a timer, just for fun, to see how long it takes for this to get up to pressure? Timer started. All right, we'll be back. Sorry, I messed up. I realized I didn't set it for 15 minutes. It defaulted to 8 minutes, so we're good. All right, so a little bit of maybe growing pains or learning to this product. We're gonna show you once the pressure is released, once the lid locks into position, it says here there's like a pin in the lid and it says align before start, and Jamie will get a close-up I think afterwards when this is done pressurizing, and it's showing, you know, do this, don't do this. When you look down at the pin, it looks off-center. So we had stopped the pressure before it totally built up to try to make sure that was aligned, but it doesn't look aligned to us. The other thing is I have a Ninja smart lid. We did that review or a couple videos on that. Check that video out. Once the pressure reaches maximum pressure, you never hear it, it's dead quiet. This one, there was like a very slow release that you could hear from sitting on the couch just behind the camera here. So we don't think we did anything wrong. We looked through the book, we read everything. The pressure relief valve appears to be in place, or so on and so forth. On our next test, we're gonna do mashed potatoes. We're gonna double check it again. It just seemed a little off to me that there was a slow release. Now, I didn't read anything about that in the book. If you have this product, or if you use this product, let us know if that's normal. Again, this is the first time we've ever used it. Just one little thing we wanted to bring up. So right now, it's counting up, as Jamie will probably show you on the camera, and it suggested the pulse release. So every once in a while you hear it pulse. I don't know how long that's gonna take, we're gonna see. It took roughly about 13 minutes to build pressure. We'll see how long it takes because it's gonna count it for us, how long it takes to release the pressure. All right, one thing I wanted to show you, and we just talked about this after we turn off the cameras, is this automatic button that you can hold the pressure to release. It doesn't call for that in the recipe, but I thought, let's just try it. So if you hold this release button, you hear how it's constantly releasing now. So it just expedites the process. And I'm assuming what's gonna happen is this screen, which is now like a light red or an orange color, will then turn bluish green to say that it's safe to open up the lid. So Jamie, can you come around here and actually have a look down where it says align before start? So what we did was this knob on the top, which adjusts or closes and opens the lid, if you back it off a little bit, that pin aligns up perfectly. So we're like, this is perfect, but then it wouldn't start because it's saying it's not closed properly. So I'm not really sure what the right answer is. So there, so have a look now, Jamie. I moved it like 1/8 of an inch. It's now lined up, but it's not locked in position, so it wouldn't open. All right, I gotta step on this side here. So the other cool feature with this, or one of the many very cool features with this, is it actually has a setting to reduce your sauce. And it's just simply called the reduce setting. So we're gonna try that just for fun and see what it does. I assume it's gonna boil your sauce, which is ultimately gonna reduce and thicken the sauce. So these chicken thighs smell unbelievable. Would you agree, Jamie?
Yeah.
All right, so there's our chicken thighs. All right, so I just stopped it there. I mean, I don't really know how deep we want to go on our reduction. I mean, if you add a little bit of cornstarch to this and made a slurry, it would get quite thick quite quick. But I think you get an idea that it has that option to be able to do that. Let's give it a try. Well, that fell apart.
That looks great.
Really nice. Got a little bit of scallions. Now, of course, they say to serve this over white rice. This isn't necessarily a recipe video, it's just a demo on the product and some of the functions that it uses, but use your imagination of using this over white rice or eating this over white rice. Wow, that might be the best bone-in chicken thigh I've ever had. I personally have never pressure cooked chicken thighs. I've air fried chicken thighs. All right, we're gonna get ourselves organized and cleaned up here, and we're gonna make some wicked mashed potatoes. All right, so our next test, mashed potatoes. Who doesn't love mashed potatoes? They literally call for 2.5 pounds, and Jamie and I are trying as a New Year's resolution to try to follow recipes to the T. And we've been criticized, maybe understandably, for not following recipes always perfectly. But we literally weighed out 2.5 pounds of potatoes, washed them, cleaned them with a brush, did not peel them. I like them rustic that way. Cut them into consistent sizes. 1 cup of water and some salt. In it goes. And I should add, we were playing around with this pressure relief valve. We had it right, so maybe it's just the design. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go pressure cook. And we're gonna go to vegetable, which is at the top. We want 7.5 PSI, which it's defaulted to. We want 8 minutes, which it's defaulted to. So we're gonna close our lid, spin that into the lock position, vegetables, 7.5, 8 minutes, start. Preheating. What we're gonna do, they say to drain your potatoes, which we will, and put them back into the pot to mash them. I only have a metal potato masher, I don't want to use that on that ceramic coated pot. So I will mash them in a separate pot. So that's the only variation of what the suggestions are. We're gonna add a little bit of milk, we're gonna add a little bit of butter, and hopefully have some nice mashed potatoes. All right. Drain those out. Grab a pot here. Let's head over to the island, Jamie. Now, Jamie, I have a question for you. Are you one of those pretentious type people that needs to be able to have the silkiest, smoothest mashed potatoes in the world?
No, give me chunky.
He's a chunky guy, okay. So we're gonna add some butter, generous amount. After saying we're following the instructions to the T, it calls for milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm gonna go with cream in lieu of milk. I'll start with that. I am also of the same pedigree as Jamie in the sense that I don't mind chunky potatoes in the sense that not any like giant hard chunks or whatever, but you know, they don't have to go through a strainer, put it that way. Well, these are fantastic. It looks like the potatoes are cooked perfectly. Would you agree, Jamie? All right. So I want to add as well that throughout that cook, that pressure cook, there's just a subtle, small amount of steam that's continually leaking through the pressure relief valve. In between cooks, I played around with the pressure relief valve. It was perfectly in place of where it's supposed to be. So we are quite confident that we used it properly. They're fantastic. Like, really, really good. All right, so let's talk about this product. It is complex in the sense that there's a lot of technology built into this, and it can be a little overwhelming for some people with, if you try to rush through it. Like I was doing earlier, I was like, oh, okay, oh no, I had to change this or change that. If you take your time and slow it down and look at the book and follow the desired settings, it's not too bad. But as you can see, here we have, this is in the first menu, pressure cook, slow cook, steam, sear, saute, reduce. But then when you go into pressure cook, now we have vegetables, rice, risotto, soup, stock, beans, poultry, meat, bone-in meat, chili stew, dessert, and custom. Now, I never mentioned the custom setting. It's quite cool that if you, over time, develop a custom settings that you like, a certain PSI, a certain release time, a certain whatever, it will save your custom settings in the machine even after it's unplugged. So that's kind of cool. I read that in the book. If we go back here and we go to slow cook, I don't know if there's any sub settings. Tons. Soup, stock, beans, poultry, meat, chili, bone-in meat, dessert, custom. If we go back again to steam, so no extra settings. Sear, it's preheating, so there's just the one. Saute, I believe, is the same, yeah, high or low. And reduce, we already looked at. So within the pressure, which is one of the main functions of this product, as we showed you, you can adjust the time, adjust the pressure, and 3 different ways of pressure relief. So whether that's the pulse, which we've been using, the slow, which is the natural, or the full-on, I think it's quick release, is that what it's called? Auto quick, yep. So different settings. Let's take a few measurements here. Lid closed, height, 14 inches. The width with the handles, this is gonna be approximate, 15 inches. Depth is probably about the same. Depth is 12 inches. So it's not overly heavy. I'll give you one more setting here with the lid open just so, or one more measurement. About 21 inches high with the lid open. So if you're a fan of this show, which we hope you are, you know that we do our average kitchen scoring matrix on 7 different categories. I'm going to reference my phone here because Jamie and I had done this on during one of the cooks. The price, whew, not cheap, $429 Canadian. However, it's like anything else in life, you get what you pay for. I would argue, unless you get a lemon, you buy something like this, you're gonna have it for a long, long, long time, I would think. $429, we gave that a 7.6 out of 10. It's a little on the steep side. Functionality, I mean, it worked fantastic. Like really, really well. 9.1 we gave that. Versatility, man, I just ran through some of the different settings and the options that you have here. Tons, 8.8. Cleaning, the pot can go in the dishwasher, which Jamie loves. However, when we did the chicken thighs, it was very easy to wipe out and clean in soapy water, no problem. So we gave that an 8.5. The size, it's a 4-quart, which we looked up as 3.7 something liters. I mean, we just did 2.5 pounds of potatoes in a short amount of time, and it wasn't full. So I guess it depends on your family. If you host a lot, how many people you're gonna have over. We think the size is pretty reasonable. We gave that an 8. The storage, I think the size is great. It's not overly heavy. There's 2 sturdy handles on either side of it, so we gave that an 8.3. And the quality, I mean, we haven't reviewed a ton of Breville products, maybe 10 or 8. They make really good stuff. You pay for it, it's expensive, but they make really good quality stuff. So we gave that a 9.5. That's an overall average kitchen score. Dan, the editor, will put the little logo somewhere of 8.5. The other thing on storage, which you don't see a whole lot, which is pretty slick, is the power supply completely comes out. So it's not something that you're dragging behind you or you got to tuck. You can basically fold that up, tuck it inside the machine with those 2 accessories, the steaming basket I showed you and the steaming rack, kind of a bonus that comes with that. If you want to see us do additional recipes, there's some amazing soups in this book that I was kind of looking at. Like there's some Vietnamese soups, creamy tomato soup, potato leek soup. What else do we have? And then they have stocks, vegetable stock, chicken stock, beef stock, seafood stock. Then they have like risottos and different things like that. If you want to see us do additional cooking videos on this product, please comment and let us know what you want to see us cook. I'd really like to run this through some more tests on YouTube and show you. That's our video. Really hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're from. We love hearing where you're from. Jamie and I have both been many, many places all over the world. I'm a big fan of Europe. Love hearing from you. We'll see you on the next one.